Well, sure enough, Route 7 did indeed have Wild Persian. Once I found this one and caught it, I ended up running into like half a dozen more within 10 encounters for some stupid reason. I thought the damn thing was rare, and then it just decided to arbitrarily become the most common thing on the route. Houndour was a bit of an arsehole. I was able to get one down to like really low health by hitting it with Horn Attack. It then immediately roared, and then I ended up knocking out like the next 3 or 4 after it, because apparently that first one had a really high defense DV. Eventually did manage to pick it up. Picked this one up in the lake in Celadon City. Immediately after catching it, it had occurred to me that I could probably run into Muck. Sure enough, it's there, so got both of those. Giraffe Rig, I actually found this on Route 11. I feel like you could probably find Hypno on Route 11 if you look hard enough. It's probably a nighttime exclusive, but I'm not going to fuss too much on that because it's going to get added to the Pokedex when Slumbork evolves anyway. Tangela, forgot all about this. There's a whole bunch of different areas that you could grab it from. This one was on Route 21 or 22. Let me actually check that. Yeah, 21. The one south of Pallet Town. Phanpy, this is on Route 6. You can also find Teddiursa there as well, but eventually ran into Phanpy. Like, I found 2 of them. They both ran away on me. Then I decided to go and get the Arbok, and it took me like another 5 minutes to find another one, which was stupid. Hoppip on Route 11, I think. Let me have a look. Yeah, Route 11. Might be able to find Skiploom there, actually, if I look hard enough, but I'm not going to fuss too much over that. Pikachu was in the forest. Geodude, I'm astounded I didn't catch one of these before, but whatever. This is in Viridian Forest. Route 22, Route 22... Was it actually 22? Yeah, Route 22. West of Viridian, rather. And then Sentron on Route 1. So I forgot a few bits and pieces. I still haven't actually caught a Paris yet. You can find those in Ilex Forest, so I'll probably grab one of those at some point in the future. But still on Cinnabar Island. Well, New Cinnabar Island, because the results are in, and with a grand total of 2 out of the 4 votes that were made, Cinnabar Gym is indeed the winner. The other 2 votes were split evenly between Celadon and Saffron, so I might do one of those next, but at the same time, the poll was only really there to determine what the next gym I was challenging was, so here's the winner. Let's have a look in here. About what you'd expect, it's just a whole bunch of lava. We're going to fight this guy first, because I actually had a look at this guy off screen, and I feel like you probably need to know what this guy's all about. So I'll put Conifer up the front. Yeah, so your initial thought was, okay, he's probably just a 420 reference, but at the same time, he is in a fire gym, so it would only make sense for him to say some kind of fire-related phrase. And sure enough, he's just got a Charmeleon, so nothing particularly innocent looking here besides him actually saying Blaze It and people making stupid references to 420. Weird little lag spike there on the game. Okay. I'm calling min damage on that. You can get wrecked. So actually knock this thing out and then just proceed to move onward. Not really thinking too much about it, considering everything seems to be about normal. And then it hits you. This actually is a 420 joke. So instead of having to use Conifo to take out this Oddish, because I'm now suddenly weak to it in a freaking fire gym, we'll give Stinger the opportunity to take this thing out, because it's probably not going to see too much use in the remainder of the gym. I think there's actually some other guy in this that uses a normal type. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it seems that there's a few different directions that you can go in this gym. Obviously, I'm going to knock over every single trainer in here before I take on the gym leader. And depending on how many trainers there are, that might well just encompass the entirety of the segment. Because for some reason, I'm having just that much fun that I'm already 4.5 minutes into the segment. But at least I have something to talk about, because I found out before recording part 7 that my father went to like a dump and managed to buy just a pretty good looking computer desk, and we spent the majority of yesterday moving shit out and putting stuff back in and all that sort of fun stuff, and getting this new desk in. It's pretty solid. It's a bit wider than the old desk that I had. There's a few... The only real complaints I have about it are that the drawers in this are all the same size. The old one had deeper drawers, which I was able to use to fit stuff like a whole bunch of my Pokemon tins, and I think I had one of those little chests as well that you can get with all the goodies and shit like that in it. And so I got to try to find out where those are all going. I've got them currently still sitting in the drawer, sitting underneath the desk at the moment, but obviously I'm going to need to move that because it's part of another desk that's probably going to get moved over to my sister's place. And so the only other negative is because with my microphone setup, oh yeah, here's rest. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to get rid of Lick for it, because I don't think I will ever use Lick. Plus, I got a Sleep Talk TM, so if I decide to in the future, I can just easily put Rest Talk on this thing. I don't think it'll miss having Headbutt. Like, I don't think it'll have a problem with not having Headbutt. That's basically what I'm gonna say there. Okay, that's a completely dead end. So we'll just... Maybe there's like an item or something there. Hidden item. Maybe. Maybe. Nope, completely useless. It occurs to me that I should probably go and grab the item finder. It is in Ecruteak City. I just keep forgetting to get it. Might get it at the end of the segment just so I know I've got it on screen, and I can probably go and have a look and see if I can find some other hidden items, like maybe some more nuggets and stuff like that. Let's get Slumbork up the front. He's the lowest level. And so, as I was saying, with my microphone set up, I was able to set it on the side of the desk because it was just basically just... This desk has got these weird bloody bits on it, so I can't, like... I can put it on the front, I can attach the boom stand to the front of the desk, I can attach it to the back of the desk, I just can't attach it to the sides like I could with the previous one. So I've just got it attached to this bit here. I might need to have some kind of visual assistance with that one, but if basically I had to stick it there like that and stretch it out here, and so now it's sitting across and I'm basically just right in front of it. And I don't think I've actually mentioned this yet, but the pop filter has in fact shown up. So I mentioned in the Snap LP that I was going to grab the pop filter, and I grabbed that, and so that's sitting in front of me here. And so with a relatively upright sort of seating position here, I can look very much over the top of the microphone and see my computer screen here, which now that I think about it, it was a bit crooked there. This looks a little bit better. Nope, actually. I like how I'm doing this in the middle of a recording. Should have poured myself a drink. I'm already tearing my throat apart. Because I'm terrible when it comes to getting rid of dust out of this place, so I've pretty much sucked up a lot of goddamn dust. And actually just had to have a bloody shower and just try to get all the steam up into my sinuses and stuff like that, just to try to get as much of the dust out of there as possible. So yeah, that's a bit of a thing. I also had to change up a whole bunch of my power cords and stuff like that. I've currently only got 3 adapters plugged in at the moment, so it beats the hell out of having like 4 of them just dogpiled into one little freaking area, and just, yeah, it was absolutely horrible. What is he sending out? Meowth. I knew someone had a normal type here. This one might have Bite though, which can cause a problem. Okay, I was hoping that he'd use Bite and so I could disable it. Oh, it failed. Okay, looks like he's just going to keep using Scratch. I don't know why Scratch is doing that much damage. It really shouldn't be. I also don't understand why I'm missing... Good God almighty, why the hell am I missing with Disable so much? I know this is in a generation where it has 100 accuracy. I think it got improved to that in like Gen 5 or something like that. But, yeah, I gotta get some more accurate moves for him. It's not doing a very good job at the moment. Alright, well that was a completely useless move. I mean, it mitigates the defense drop, but not that it actually matters. Who on my team's got the amulet coin? I think it's still, yeah, it's still Stinger, isn't it? Wait, no, it's not. Okay, who's actually got it? Is it Salt Fairy? I think it's Salt Fairy. Yeah, you got the Quick Claw. No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, you've got the amulet coin. Which, now that I think about it, I've actually got a pretty useful item for Slumborg to have. Because I was looking around in a place, and yeah, I completely forgot I had these leftovers. I should probably be giving them to someone who can tank. So, that's probably a good idea. Let me quickly go and heal up. Because Slumborg's probably going to be the lead here, just so I can put it to sleep and maybe take something else out later. Are there any more trainers? What the hell's this? Oh. Okay. So it's a bit more than just a straight line to the gym leader. Okay. Jeez, is that how hot it is? I mean... Yeah, okay. Like, if that's just the general temperature in this gym, then I don't see how people can even survive in it. Like, just the idea that the floor of the gym is just made almost completely of lava is just ridiculous as it is. But then the idea that, at least in this case, you can actually get back out without too much of an issue. Because they started putting gyms in Pixelmon. If you haven't heard of it yet, then they brought back Pixelmon as like a Pixelmon Reforged. And there's a whole bunch of gyms that you can challenge, and one of them is really, really stupid. It's literally a glorified the floor is lava game, but once you beat the gym leader, you just, for some reason, can't get out. Unless you've got, like... I guess it's implied that once you're done with the gym, you don't need to ever go back in there, so you just bring a bucket of water with you and solidify all the lava to get back. But when you're playing it on a multiplayer world, it's probably a terrible idea to do that, because it just kind of ruins the challenge for other people. I mean, unless everybody's satisfied with the idea of just not having to deal with the crap, which I wouldn't blame them for. Because when I did it on there was a Pixelmon server that was up, I think, sometime last month or the month before that. And I went and did that gym. I just didn't bother. I just went into creative and flew back out. I just like, fuck that. I want to keep it like legit for other people to try out, even though there was only like maybe 2 or 3 other people and none of them challenged that particular gym. I don't blame them. It's a terrible design for a gym. They really need to fix that one up. If it's bugged, then I guess fix the bug, but if that is literally how they expect you to get out of that gym, that's not great foresight. It's probably the worst designed gym in that mod, so yeah, there you go. I just ripped someone a new arsehole. Okay, I believe I get double cash stack from this idiot. Oh jeez. That's actually a pretty good chunk of cash. Okay, so what do you do? Okay, if you wanted to do that, then why didn't you just face in that direction anyway and force me to fight you? Because that sounds really dumb of you to just face downward and just not have anybody walk past you because they don't have to in any way, shape, or form. God, sand attack. Yeah, that'd be about right. Do you have any fire moves? Not that they'd be powerful on that shitty special attack, but... Nope, you're just gonna keep flogging those sand attacks. Alright, I should hopefully still get enough experience out of this to get Slumwalker level up, so we'll go ahead and just throw a surf at this thing. There's no water to be found anywhere, so I guess I'm just gonna have to surf using a wave of lava. And yet, for some reason, still have it be super effective against a fire type. Ugh. Don't sand attack? Okay. Thank you. I did not approve of being sand attacked. I don't know if I've ever said this before. I've played through 2 other Pokemon games. I might have said it at some point. But I really hate sand attack. Just the idea of picking up sand and throwing it in your opponent's face is just... There is absolutely nothing dirtier to me than that. So if I have the opportunity to get rid of a move, if sand attack is there, it, no matter what happens, just gets instant priority. Like, fuck that. Even if I have splash, I would still get rid of sand attack first. That's basically how that goes down. I don't think there are any Pokemon in the game that can get both splash and sand attack though, so I've never been in that situation where I've had to pick between the two. If I did, I'd be getting rid of sand attack because screw that. It's a principle thing at this point, so. So much for Confuse Ray. She does have a pretty interesting team at least. They're both stone evolutions and they're not Pokemon that you would encounter an awful lot of the time. The dialogue box seemed to have lagged a little bit before displaying her name. I don't know why that is. Okay, does this get rid of that? No, it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna go out and heal and then fight the gym leader. Because I think I've gotten rid of all of the lackeys in there at the moment, so... I love how terrible my phrasing is. I never even think about it. Sometimes it just sort of comes out incorrect. And a lot of the time I never actually catch it until I play the segment back. And in these, I've not actually been playing the segment back at all. I've just been listening to a part of it, deeming it good, and then just moving on from there and uploading it. So if there's a segment that's got just some random bit of like silence for like 5 minutes in it, then I wouldn't know unless somebody brought it up in the comments, which is a terrible way to go about making videos, but nah. I suppose to be fair, I did play segments back in Storm Silver and those averaged 30 minutes plus, so there's no real reason for me to not do it on this occasion. Okay, I am going to take the amulet coin from Salt Fairy. I'm going to give it to Kalima, and I'm going to have Kalima lead the match. You'll have noticed in the split second there, let me actually bring this up before I challenge the leader. Yeah, there's a Berserk gene. It's still roughly in the same place as it usually is. I also got an experience share. I did this to raise a Scyther up to level 18 so I could get False Swipe. So in case I need to find and fight some lower level Pokemon, I can just use False Swipe, get them down to low HP and catch them that way. Lemonade, I found some guy called Chaos. I think it's the second time I've spoken to him in the playthrough. I did it off screen so I wouldn't remember. I think he's just like one of the guys that helped with developing this hack or something like that, and he just gave me a free lemonade. Stardust came from the Staryu, and that is pretty much more or less next to the entrance to Cerulean Cave. It's not the easiest place to find it. I think I got an image of it which I might superimpose somewhere just to show off exactly where it is, but we'll... Anyhow, enough filibustering. I need to challenge this Dillweed, so save state in slot 9. Of course, he has to ensure that he has to make sure I know to bring Burn Heal. I think I have maybe a couple of Ice Berries. I don't know. It shouldn't matter too much though, so... Slugma, as you do. He has a Mag Cargo in Gold Silver Crystal, so... This sounds about right. What have you got? Acid Armor. Okay, so I guess I'll be sticking with Pursuit then, since I just get around it that way. I could use Haze and get rid of that stat boost, but Crit does a good job of doing that, plus knock the Pokemon out. Magby, okay. Who do I want to send out to deal with that? Magby could get a bunch of different attacks here. It could get Cross Chop, it could get Thunder Punch. It'd be a tough one actually. Let me stick with Kalima. And just stick with Pursuit and see what it does here. Okay, yeah, there's the Thunder Punch, so... I feel like if I survive this, I should probably throw an Icy Wind, actually. Just to reduce this thing's speed, and hopefully I'll be able to outspeed it with Advent Forward and take it out with the Surf. At this stage, Kalima's probably done enough in this fight to earn a rest of some variety, so... Now we get to find out if that 1 point drop in speed was enough to get me over here. No, it was not. So now I just have to rely on its tankiness. Okay, that works. So that was a bit of a wasted sacrifice there, but I don't think Kalima really needs to do too much more in this battle. I outnumber him in Pokemon, so I should be able to just cruise through the rest of this. Ponyta shouldn't be capable of doing too much. It might have a fighting move of some variety, but geez, 25. Makes me wonder what the other trainers in the overworld are going to scale up to after I knock this guy over. Okay, gonna go with the Swagger. I think I've got a Bitterberry in my bag somewhere. I've got a full heal, which could do. I apparently do not have a Bitterberry. Okay. I guess I might as well give Rock Throw a shot. The Quick Claw is coming in really handy at this stage. And Hypnosis. Okay, so we are definitely taking the full heal route here. Where are you? I've only got one of these, so I might be up the creek if I get put back to sleep or something like that. Gonna use Flamethrower, running off the weaker attack stat, but it is also running off the weaker defensive stat that Conofo's got. Gonna stick with the Flamethrower here, so assuming I survive, I should be able to take this thing out with a Rock Throw, since Swagger put me up to +3 attack. Alright, so that takes out what's probably his strongest, unless he's got a higher leveled Growlithe or something in his team. In before he just has like a Rhydon. No, but he does have a Houndoom. Yeah, let's give Salt Fairy a shot. Not the highest level Pokemon on the team, but it's not an illegal evolution at any rate, so I guess I don't have too many problems with that. It's kind of cool that he's got one, because he'd never had one in Gold Silver Crystal, so... At least not from what I remember. Do I want a Sweet Kiss, or do I just want to keep spamming Return? See what it does. Flamethrower sounds about right. Alright, well I got a two-hit knockout, provided Flamethrower doesn't crit. Alright. No burn as well, so that puts that out of the equation. Alright. That could, like, realistically, that probably could have been really, really bad, but... Nah. The hell's it? Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Nice of him to give me a shortcut back out of the gym. That is Fire Blast, which is pretty cool. Although I think the only Pokemon that could even really get it at this stage is Salt Fairy, so probably not going to end up using it at all. So, and 24 minutes, so that's that makes it for a pretty good segment. There is one more thing I want to... of course, I forgot Pokemon League. Yep. Skillful Trainer classification. Yeah, that's what I was going to show off as well, so... Oh, cool. So I can go get the Extreme Speed Dratini as well, so that's pretty good. Oh yeah, it does unlock Tin Tower as well. I don't think there's much use to Tin Tower to me at the moment. Obviously, I'm going to have to go up there at some point in the future to get Ho-Oh. But for the time being, let's go and have ourselves a gander at the TM shop and see what new TMs we have access to on our dead crow. We'll show that off, and then I'll probably just do some more stuff off screen, and then probably be done. No, obviously this isn't it. I actually also forgot to mention, because it was Sunday yesterday, you can actually get a return or a frustration TM from the lady, and I think it's from the Goldenrod department store, so I went and got that. Return will probably be useful in another team member if I decide to go with it. What do you sell? Wait, this is the drug shop. Where's the TM stop? Where's the TM shop? Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Okay, that's the Boaty Drug Store. Evolution Solutions. Yeah, that's a pretty good name. Okay, that's the Evolution place, which we don't need. Where do you get TMs in this place? Is it here? Okay, yep. What? Uh-huh. Set 2. Right, what do we got? Rollout. I believe you get defense curl with set 1, so I have access to the rollout defense curl combo and pretty much anything if I choose to. Raw. Psych up. We got hidden power now. That could be pretty useful if I can find out which types they've got. Snore, Endure. Dig, I suppose, isn't too bad. Sleep Talk. Sludge Bomb. Geez, that's pretty good. I think I can get one of those from the guy on the gate up in Route 43, I think. On the way up to Lake of Rage. So that might be a pretty useful TM to get. I'll grab the one from there instead of just spending money and finding out nothing can learn it. Because at least that way I can... Swift. Yeah. Dream Eater. Sucks. Rest. Yeah. Thief's pretty good. Steel Wing. I'm going to grab that immediately and teach it to Kalima. And then there's Nightmare. So I guess all the really, really good ones are saved for set 3 when I get 8 badges. But yeah, definitely going to be grabbing out Steel Wing here. I don't know where the actual Steel Wing TM is in this game, like the one you can just grab for free. So I'd say this is $3 well spent. Gonna get rid of Haze. And I'm pretty satisfied with its moveset at the moment. It's got 2 physical moves, it's got 2 special moves. They're all reasonably decent. Although Pursuit's not a particularly powerful move, is it? What's its actual... Yeah, 40 power. Yeah. It'll probably get Feint Attack at some point later on in the game, so I'll probably just replace it then. But for the time being, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna cut the segment here. Probably go and grab that Paris, like I said, off screen. See if I can find a frickin' Beedrill. For some reason, it says that you can find them in either Ilex or Viridian Forests. I've not been able to find one at all. Same thing with Smoochum. Apparently, that's on Route 24. I've not been able to find one of those either. Next time, I'll probably fly down to Fuchsia City and have a look at the Safari Zone, because that's a pretty cool place. I had a look at that off screen and really want to dedicate a segment to exploring that. So we'll go ahead and do that next time. So see you then.